This time, Yerushalmi Ma'asros. The article owes for additional mamash at top of Daf Yigim Amud Aleph. First words on the page are Ibn Barchia Boy Krami Zira, which in the Vilna is on Daf Zayin on the base. The second line, the third line down. Ibn Barchia Boy Krami Rabbi Zira. I'm going to read this for you. I'm Yisrael and Ari Tzara. And yesterday we talked about two people who made an exchange. And I said, take 20 of my figs, and I'll take as much as I want to eat of yours. And the Gemara said to the guy who's taking the 20 figs, it's kavur for meiser. And I said, I want to eat, I'm going to eat as much as I want. So we eat them one by one. They're put from meiser. So Ibn Machia, boy couldn't Rabbi Zira. Ibn Machia asked for Rabbi Zira. Ein adam ochel achas b'yeshus hakolu patur. So he's astonished. As long as it's not nikmar malachton, by making a gathering of some sort, so you can even arai, even if they were sold, even there was an exchange made. So why is the guy who got the 20 allocated to him be chayav? He can still eat one by one. With b'shus here means b'shus. Rishus Hakol in a place which was Rishus where everybody can come in, not with everybody's permission. I think I translated that wrong. Rishus Hakol is Rishus Rabin, right? Lav Dak Rishus Rabin, but in other words, as long as he didn't bring him home, right? He's eating somewhere in public. It wasn't kavur by Rias Pnei Abayis. So why is he chayv? Almost it's simply mitzarif. It's talking about where he gathers 20 figs together. The mitzarif, so says Gemara, but talking about where he gathers to the pigs together. I feel with Mali Kreso, so then the other guy who said, I'm going to eat as many as I want, the Chayiv should be Chayiv. V'eino Aser Mishum Chalifin. So is it not also because of the exchange, which is a Mekach, and if they're whichever one is gathering, but neither are gathering, they both should be potter. The Mekach is only Yaakov and its own. If they both are gathering, then they should both be Chai. But why did she one or the other? Rabbi Shammai, he said, Ein lo Chalifin. There is no Chalifin involved here. Shalom Iskama Ishazeh El Hagis Es Libo Sheochal. It says the Mamali Kreso did not intend to make any exchange, meaning to make a kinyan. He only had in mind that when he said, you go out and take 20 and I'll take as many as I want, so he wanted to make the person gathering feel good that he should eat the 20 figs without being embarrassed. So now, the way Kamnochi explains, based on the Gra, by the person's filling his stomach, the 20 figs were a matana, not a mekach. So also that which he's eating on his own to fill his stomach is a matana, not a mekach. So therefore they both should be potter. Now it's not chalifin, it's two matanas. But by the guy who that's in his perspective. But the guy who gathers the 20 figs, for him it's chalifin, because he's taking them as an acquisition. And therefore he's chayv meiser. It's a fascinating concept. In other words, even though for the one guy it's just a mutual gift, the other guy, it becomes like an exchange. Assume it has to do with the number, because it's specified the number, so therefore the person receiving it, even if the giver is only mentioning a number to make it feel good, I'll give you 20 figs. But since it's not a smachta, it really means 20 figs, so therefore by the recipient, it's like a mekach. And therefore for him, here comes chayav and meiser. The way the Ram Paskin is, it says, Omer Chavero, say go and gather 20 figs, Mishali, Vali is crazy Mishalcha, and I'm going to fill mine from as much as I want. Shashneim to it. They're both bothered. Shay's a Chalif, they should have Mecher. It's not as if we exchange it to be a Mecher. Mutzir for Achal, Chayev. Only if he made a collection of them, then it's Chayev. So The way the Rambam, it's clear, Rosai Gemara here. From the Rambam, it's clear that he learned in the Maskoros Gemara, if by one it's not a mekach, by the other it's not a mekach as well. Question where he gets it from the sound, doesn't sound away from the Maskana. Wrote here there that perhaps he was a brisa, which I'm about to learn, argues in this Gemara, which says that they're different, two different people, and this is brisa will learn that they're equivalent, and whatever applies to one applies to the other. Let's see his brisa, which the Kavanaki has a Tanya. Does the Vilna? No, doesn't say Tanya. Right, so it's a brisa anyway. Go and gather 20 figures of mine. So he can eat normally, and even says the Riv Matz, they're not Mishnah Vav, he can even collect them in his hand and be potter. So I guess that's what I'm saying. The Rambam perhaps learned from this brisa that it's reciprocal, and the guy who's eating the 20 is also remains potter. Okay, that's one case. Now the brisa goes on. Go out and fill out a basket, and later I'm going to say Estam Kalkol is 4 kav. And in that case, you say, ooh, that's a lot. And Lo Yachal said the guy who was receiving it should not even flee Ma'asros, because as the Kabbalaki says, we assume that Makabal also had in mind to take them home, and therefore they're kavur from Ma'asros from now. They'll be kind of a snack, and this matana is daimel mekach. Okay, but nevertheless, he says here the Marafulda says Taka that it's still considered to be Tamai. I guess when he told him to take it, somehow there's an indication that he had in mind that it should be kavua, and therefore perhaps he actually did take off Trumas Samais himself. Okay, let's see the continuation of this. All it's talking about where the giver is in Amoritz. But if it's a chaver giving it, the recipient can eat, it doesn't have the meiser, according to Rebbe. It's all true, this is true by Amoritz, the first part, that it can be the mai. It's the exact opposite, the recipient has to be masakim badai. Why? The first time I think we're coming across this concept. Chaverim don't take truma from elsewhere on the produce here. They always take truma from the group. It's from the group itself. So here the Bailim evidently was not with him in the field. This is Chavanoki's shot, which is very nice. It's the Bailim not in the field because the Lashon of say. So he's not with him. So he's not going to take off Meiser here. To take a Meiser from whatever he has by him home. That's Amin Amukov, so we don't assume he's going to do it. Very interesting. Omar Rebbe, Rebbe says, Rani is Dvarim Divrei Abba. I think I'm right in this case, not my father. Mutar Shitum Shalom Amukov, because the Chaver in such a case would rather take Shum Shalom and Amukov. V'lachil Amoritz, lest he come to give the Amoritz is going to eat Tevel. Well, the problem is, till now we didn't seem to talk about Amoritz, or about the Chaver, but he says that where it's talking about the recipient is Nam Oretz, and that's there we assume that the Chaver is going to take off Shalom Nemukov because it's better for a Chaver to do an Aver Kala, not than a Chaver would rather do Aver Kala, see the recipient do an Aver Chamur of eating Tevel. But the point is that this is true, even though previously we said we're talking about the Misaklim, we also said Misaklim Vadai before we said Ein Tzarech Laser. So that's sorry about recipients of Chaver, but Rabbi saying, yeah, you're right. Since Chaver could be, the Chaver is not going to be Term Shalom Namukov. When recipient is Namoretz, then we assume that the Chaver did take off the Shumas Amayis, even though Shalom Namukov. Rabbi Zira said, Midivrei Shneim, though it says Midivrei, it's like Lidivrei Shneim, according to both of them, both Rebbe and Shneim Gamliel. I feel Chaver should Tzarech Laser. Chaver, even a Chaver, the sense of the Chaver, so he has to meiser. And the Kabbalah is a chaver, the Shalech has to fix it. The only machlokes is what he said to him, say lakate, where the noisim can't be misakin minamukov. But where he himself is standing, and it's minamukov, he's able to do minamukov, has to send before he has to be meiser before he sends the food to the other chaver. Okay, to preface the next part of the Gemara. So the Bnei Yeshiva, Havon Boy Meimar, which we're about to learned the Afkin between Rebbe and his father, which was by a chaver sending to an Amoritz. By a chaver sends to his chaver, even the Rebbe, we say in terms of Shlomi Namukov. And therefore the Makabel has to be meiser according to everybody. And this is talking about, I wrote Saibek Gemara, it's specifically a chaver who heard a chaver who heard another chaver sending Kedam Ba'aretz, you don't have to meiser. Because he's telling me he took a meiser, even though Shlomo Nabokov. Or it's like what he sent from the field. But the Shalach Min HaBais, Min HaStam, he was already Misakin, regardless of whether they send to a chaver or to an Amoritz. So that's an interesting idea. That that could be tied to the okay, well, let's see the cool question. Haboy man, they want to say man, the mashalom nechshul chaver l'sham shalom nabukov. Not nechshad to be torn shalom nabukov. Is there a chaver? The recipient is a chaver. Tzarechul aser, and he has to be meiser, has to meiser it. Man the marmutavu shichum shalom nabukov. It says that it's best to be taken over too much Shlomo Nabukov. L'chil Ameres Tvolim ze chaver. That's talking about a chaver as well. Ze chaver tzarich la'aser. That's only by an Amoritz. In other words, man, let me redo that again because I messed it up. So that's what Sibin Amoritz. But with Zeh Chaver, they say the Chaver Tzorch L'Aiser has to be a Meiser. So Rabbi Chuna Boy, I can't remember what it says here. Rabbi Yonah stated, Hacha and Avi Lei Chaver, we ask question. Hacha and Avi Lei Chaver, the Bryce where it says it's say about where the Makab is a chaver, because Amoritz not going to listen to us anyway, right? And there, but Rebbe says so the Makab is an Amoritz. Which one is it, right? So Rebbe said Kamakan Amoritz. So it's both Amoritz. El bishvil achad shumasakin hu nikra chaver. Oh, really talking about Amoritz. Now it says lo yachal ad sheyaiser. That's because there is no Amoritz who's Masakin. So all this is dealing with the issue we raised before. You know, how, what is who's the recipient? So the case, again, one case saying he's a chaver, right? And therefore he has to be Masakin. In other cases say, no, it's talking about an Amoritz, then therefore it says, V'achil it's Amoritz Tvali. So it says, it's about the occasional Amoritz is going to listen to us. Or, like I said before, I'm not sure what was going on here. If he sent a chaver, I guess it's from the Rambam, it's not from the Gemara itself. A chaver held that another chaver is sending to Amoritz doesn't have to meiser. Okay, makes sense. All right, yes, it said Kamakan Amoritzu. I just read them, sorry. Rabbi Yosef Shem Rabbi Sheshes. Shem Sheshes, Rabbi Yosef Shem Rabbi Yovin said, I'm meistering for your meister. And it's like Lamod. You don't have to stand by and make sure he does it, because we assume he does it. I guess since Mr. Chunai said the Rabbanim, we like Chazak Shliach Shlichusa by the Rabbanim. Tamati looked over there. But we send Erev Tchumen to replace Be'echer Shet V'Katan. Then Obi somebody who doesn't concede about the Erev, ain't Orev. It's not Erev, it's not an Erev. Okay, line it. Maybe said to somebody else should receive it from him. So, Tchumen be the same thing, actually. Then it's valid. But Lezer said, but there, Lezer said he has to stand with him. He has to make sure there's a follow through. Because of Archein here, you don't have to make sure there's a follow through. What's the difference? Said, it depends. If it's by Meister, by Godel, we can line him to do it's got to do it. By Erev, by the Katan, because the Katan, we're afraid he's not going to do it. But if there's somebody who's going to be, presumably, if somebody's going to receive it who's an adult, we can rely on him, but he has to be aware of it. Chanina, so if you take Kama Koton, and we talk about both scenarios, both either Godel or Koton, Tama B'amelo Arev Al Yodi. There he says by Arab you have to stand with him because you're mitzvah him to do a tircha for you. And so he's going to do a shlichus or not. He didn't receive it upon himself. You told him he has to do it. He says, I will do it for you. So therefore, says about himself. So therefore, it doesn't matter even as a carton. So as a carton responsible age, says the Kamnaki of the age of 12. Known as the Dorim, he would rely on him that he's going to do it appropriately. So we got to the Dalet and the Aleph. Yeah, well, I see all the thing we did works according to the brackets of the Vilna, which is in the article. The brackets are also in the old Vilna. No, it's not. Okay, well, if you're in the old Vilna, then we changed the Girsa a lot. Sorry about that. Because we went to the Girsa, which is in the Kavanaki, which is in the brackets of the art scroll. So hopefully follow that along. If not, then you should look in the. We probably don't have the rest of it either because we have the old Vilna. So let's see it again out of the brackets of the art scroll, so make sure you get it straight. So the going back to the bottom of Yukim on the base. So it's Rabbi Yosef Shem Sheshes. Rabbi Yosef Shem Levinson. Melchaber Nima Shetcha. It's a Chamorimo Tamatino, but you have in the old wilderness Nasabino Malam Esar Tvachim Eno Eruv Mazar Tvachim. That's in parentheses, and that really doesn't jibe with our sugya. In the bracket says Vim Amar Lachel Kabli Menu. Change the Yosar raising here, then it's a value. And the top of you down and out, you have. But it's a tzarich l'amlimo v'ochat amar chen. Rabbi Chia bar Ada kam gol kam koton. Rabbi Chia b'shem Rabbi Chananya. Chananya b'shem Rabbi Chananya. Ama afilu tema kam gol kam koton tama ba'omer lo. Now it says here in the parentheses anim arev al yodcha. It doesn't work out that way. Tama lo arev al yodi. Brackets it says arev al yodi. For me, Ram hacha ba'omer lo. Here it says in the parentheses asel yodecha. That doesn't make sense. It should say, as the brackets say here, Ani Maser Al Yodecha. Okay, that brings us to the end for today.